Okay, so we want to do a join. That is, we want to bring two tables together to become a third table that has all of the information in both. All right, so how are we going to do this? Well, let me demonstrate by using a simple example, the tables A and B. All right, so we have the data from A, which has block ID and C000, and we have table B, which has block ID as well as CA01. Right, so now we want to join on block ID. Basically, we want to make sure that the IDs match and it has information both about C000 and about CA01. Okay, so in other words, what we want to do is we want to create table C. Okay, so C has all of the information in both tables where the block IDs match. So for example, they both have a block ID of 2. Right? So basically, they take the information from table A, which is the C000 is 10, and also from table B, which is that CA01 is 2. Right? So that's how we get that row in table C. And then we have the same thing for the block ID of 5, and then the same thing for block ID of 6. Right, so this is kind of conceptually how we're going to think about it. We're just doing this join. This is called an inner join. We'll learn about more other kinds of joins later on. But basically, this just takes the common information from both tables and brings it together on a common ID variable. Right, so now let's look at how we're going to do this in terms of the actual SQL code. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to join the crosswalk data with our workplace area characteristic data. All right, so let's first start by doing select star, right, from, and I'm going to start with the crosswalk data, or sorry, the workplace area characteristic data instead of the crosswalk data. All right, so remember to include your schema, 2015, and then what we're going to do is we're going to join this table to another table. And so we use join lotus.crosswalk. Okay, so my two tables are the Lotus California workplace area characteristic table, and then the Lotus California geography crosswalk table. Right, so we're doing this join of these two tables. Now what we want to do is specify what the ID variables that we're joining on. Right? So importantly, basically both tables have a block ID, a census block value. Right? So what we want to do is say, this is my table, and the block ID is in WGO code. That's the column that has the block ID. And then for the crosswalk, it's this value. Sorry. Okay, so we're just going to basically make sure that the WGO code matches up with this tab block 2010. Right? And then let me just do like a limit 1000 and run this. Okay, and notice that we did select star, so we're going to select every single column. And so here it is. We have, if you recall, this is mostly information from, or this is all of this is right now information just from the workplace area characteristics table. But if we scroll all the way to the right, we're going to get the data from the crosswalk table. Right. So what this did is it joined these two tables on their block ID, essentially, which is called something different in each of the two tables. And then we're just looking at that joined table right now.